Hey, you want to know what the difference is between Pegasus and an honest politician? Do you? There is no difference. Neither exists. They're fictional characters. Oh, Mr. Donald Trump. Respectfully, don't you think it's about time that we stopped using 9/11 in our political debates just for our own personal political gain? You greasy mother. Anyhow, 60 seconds after midnight, and you know what that means. Get that chill glass out of the fridge and mix yourself one of those clean, creamy, crystal head vodka martinis. Drop in a few olives, sit back, take a sip, let us do the rest. You're wondering who we are? Well, we're your tour guides through the real, the weird, and everything in between. The show for street philosophers by street philosophers. This is Night Owls. This episode's being brought to you by Town Liquors. If you're having a special event and you're looking for that special bottle, can't find it anywhere, it's not at the local spot, Town Liquor says that if it exists, they'll get it for you. Speaking of liquor, first show of 2016, there is no doubt that, like most people ushering in the new year, I've been known to get just a little bit inebriated, just a tad bit, leading to some poor judgment that I might live to regret later on. But that being said, there's some people who just naturally possess that special kind of genius. Like my dude Dustin Rickers, 28 years old. Now, I'm not going to turn this into some public service announcement about the fact that you shouldn't be drinking and driving. You should know that shit by now. But my man was driving around drinking, and he decided that it would be a good idea to take a video on his Android and post it up on Facebook. No words or anything, just him trying to be Mr. Cool Guy, raising his eyebrow, taking a sip. Then he was wondering, while a little while later, the sheriff's department came to his house to arrest him on a DUI. He must have watched that Star Wars flick over the holidays. I am not the drunk you're looking for. Oh shit. Oh, and get this. Dude pleaded not guilty. Genius. Simply genius. But his genius pales in comparison to our next story. St. Petersburg, Florida. Cornell Eugene Butler. So Eugene he'd been having issues already, legal issues. And, he had a case going on for a stolen car. He had misplaced his legal paperwork, for his lawyer and to go to court and all that kind of stuff. He was looking for it, didn't know where it is. Just so happened that a few police officers found yet another stolen car that contained his legal paperwork in it. So they took that information, they called him up. Mr. Butler, we have your legal papers. You left them at the precinct. You want to come down and retrieve them, collect your shit. He was like, yes, officer, you got it. So my man gets him whipped out to the precinct. Shows up to the precinct. Obviously, they bagged him on the second car. So now he got 2 charges. All right, he's already got a case going. Now he got a second because he stole another car with his legal paperwork in it. It's like this dude just left court and said, I need to get home somehow. Fuck the bus. So as he's getting arrested, they're frisking him, they're searching him. They find some car keys in his pocket. So they go out to the parking lot, they hit the button, chirp, chirp. Turns out that the keys belong to yet another car that had been reported stolen. So now dude got 3 charges. So my man, all right, man, look, you out on bail, I would assume, all right, for stealing a car. Then you steal another car and you leave your paperwork in that stolen car. And then when the cops call you up for you to, not only do you go out there to the sting to pick up the fucking paperwork, you drive out there in yet another stolen vehicle? Man, you've been playing way too much GTA. That is out of control. Whatever it is you're smoking, son, when you get out, yo, hit us up over here at Night Owls, because I want some. That's gotta be the most powerful bud on the planet. Oh, man. Well, you know how we like to support our underground artists here. This week we got a rapper coming out of Providence, United Soul Alliance. my dude Red Rebel. And speaking about a powerful bud, this is his track Sour Diesel. Boy got more bars than Rikers Island, but I'm gonna let you judge for yourself. Peep it out. I'm gonna check y'all after the break.
Post-apocalyptic scriptures, cryptic words and scripted, horrific, sniffed it. Ink liquid off a quick pick, explicit, ultra-violence, debauchery, illogically seeing the earth as a trash heap. Poor air, alter birds, the extinction, the Apaches, the kids' latchkeys, not flashy. Snatch with ease, passionately narrate life for those bearing arms, prepared for the fight. Living last days in brilliant lights, feel the pain of a million tortured lives. Taken for granted on still orbiting planet, damn with the antics of tyrants and bandits. Mind enchanted by the shine of the canvas. Paint a picture, lost city of Atlantis, add an advantage. Hip-hop, Hieronymus Bosch, abstract or stare through translucent beams like a mirage. Need metal armor and liquid acid to deal with the shit I see. Still spit a torpedo of truth, motherfuck Charlie Sheen. This is Inception, cause life's but a dream within a dream within a dream. Singer makes my ink spill, those anxieties not drown in pink pills like the sinks fill with dirty dishes, forever hung over with blurry visions, superstitious, ritual cycles vicious, blessed not lucky, spiritual not religious, planet terror, bloody horror violence, dead silence, silence in streets before the sirens, District 9 assignments, twisted minds out of alignment, kinda Einstein brains as blind diamonds, defying science styling, read out of semi-retirement like Willis and Malkovich, millennium malnourished, got brains in a matrix glitch, shape shifting, faces switch, amazing twist, David Lynch cause Polanski was raping his shit, like Rosemary's Baby, Sharon Tate, Robert Blake lost highway crazy. I'm Mulholland Drive, society's 2 hours lazy. Phil Spector's killing ladies in the XL5 Mercedes. The fire in Haiti, shady predictions in 2012 or 2080 maybe. Sniffing Oxycontin, boombox is hiding. Throwing my tape, hip-hop Johnny Rotten, obscenity spitting. Drop more hot shit than a tropical pigeon. Optical incision, kill enemies' vision. Belligerent mob contingent, force feeding heathens. More than story eating, forfeit your nose bleeding. 33 RPMs, revolver repeating. Darth Vader death grip on your esophagus. No stopping this, hip-hop skip the apocalypse. Words stimulating the erogenous. Stoning these sick fucking ostriches. Eviscerating taste and fake pops preposterous. Fraudulent misogynist with less spit than throat lozenges. At a time like Atari cartridges. Blow drove smoke from street pharmacist, 4 alarm plays, the arsonist bombing shit. Teflon on my left arm, now who's harming this?
What? Man, they don't make them like that no more. Told you, man, more bars than Rikers Island. That was Red Rebel, United Soul Alliance. Song was Sour Diesel. As always, if you like what you're hearing, I'm gonna leave the link down below, so you click on the link, you'll show your love and your support, you hear? Next week, we're gonna have the harmonious sounds of beautiful Chicago native coming out of Alabama. Girl got skills. Now, as always, I gotta pose that question. What the hell is going on in the world? Listen, what would you do if you woke up one morning and you went to check your mail and you looked in your mailbox and you found a note and it said, "Your children look delicious. May I have a taste?" That's some menacing, creepy, disturbing shit, right? And this is one of those stories that lets you know that reality is truly stranger than fiction, that reality can be crazier, can be more outrageous, and much scarier than anything that could be made up by the human imagination. I mean, you gotta imagine to yourself, this happened to an actual family, so you have to imagine to yourself the type of stress that places on the parents. And hey, what if the kids found the note? You know what I'm saying? What kind of trauma, psychological trauma that could have caused to the children? All right, like this is outrageous. Like, this is deplorable shit. Now, the mother who found the note was obviously upset. She goes on her Facebook. She goes off on a tirade. And she really voices opinion, and she goes in, and you know what? Rightfully so. So shortly after doing that, she starts receiving like these novelty things, like much more creative threats. I mean, things like, for example, like they would send a magazine, and the magazine would be addressed to your taste, like your tasty children. It would be addressed to the tasty children, dude. What kind of sick fucking mind? So anyhow, of course, they do an investigation. And they find the person. They find the person who's doing all this, and it turns out that it's actually one of her neighbors. And the neighbor, what was her name? I gotta look at. Hold on. Carrie Pernula, 38 years old. Her explanation to the police was that she did this because she was annoyed at her neighbor's kids because they were being too loud when they were playing out in the yard and they were leaving toys and shit in her front lawn. That was the motivation for her attempting to terrorize these children and that family. What's wrong with you people? And that's not even the part that I find the most outrageous. What I found the most outrageous about this is that she gets found out, she gets arrested. 3 days later, she's released from custody. All right. Now she got her lawyer. She's gonna go back to court. She's probably gonna get probation. A little slap on the wrist, maybe some community service, if that. Right. Some, first charge. She don't got a record. Whatever. Okay. But then at the same token, that in many states here in the United States, it's illegal for anybody under the age of 18 to own a permanent pen, a permanent marker, because of graffiti and shit like tagging and all that kind of stuff, right? But children have actually been arrested in school. All right, 13 and 14-year-old teens, like kids, have been arrested in school for using permanent markers on school projects, and the ink has bled through the paper onto the desk, and kids have gotten arrested for that. I'm not playing. Police officers come, handcuff you, and take you down, and you have a very similar experience to what this woman did, and all you were doing, all right, was being a good kid in school, drawing some arts and crafts. And you're going to go through the same experience as this woman who spent a month terrorizing a family and these children. That's what I find fucking outrageous, is just how ridiculous and insulting this fucking system is. And mind you, this woman didn't even get formally charged with anything until she was released. All right. And yet and still, as a free woman, after she was released, she was still technically a free woman who had done nothing. She didn't even get charged yet. All right. Yet and still, your kid may go to school one day and end up leaving school in handcuffs, arrested and processed over using the wrong marker in art class. All right. So I think that's something that you should sit down and meditate on next time, you're thinking about what it is that you can do and contribute to really change things. And that means law enforcement too. All right. Cops are always complaining about the fact that they putting their life on the line and they get a bad rap, and that, all the police officers have to pay for the, for the crimes and the abuse of the few and all this shit. Bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be stigmatized, then you're the first ones who got to speak out. It should start with the police officers. The police officers who are supposed to be enforcing these ridiculous laws, you're the ones who got to speak up first. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear it. Anyway, let me shake that off. I get too fucking worked up over these things, man. Shit is depressing. Speaking of depression, shit, fucking segue, huh? Speaking of depression, they say that during the holidays, that's what that quote unquote holiday blues, that's when statistically depression tends to peak. Is that time between like Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day, and we're coming up on Valentine's Day now, whatever. And it's understandable. You know what I mean? Some people, they're alone on the holidays. Maybe they've lost someone. Maybe they just went through a bad breakup. Maybe they went through a bad divorce. Maybe they're in a new place, in a strange place, in a foreign country. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're locked up. Hey, for whatever reason, they're alone on the holidays and they're feeling bad and they're missing their loved ones, right? And that's understandable, man. But, some people get very proactive about beating them holiday blues, and some more proactive than others. Like our next story here, Patrick Rempe. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but Patrick Rempe, 24 years old. His best friend was locked up over the holidays, and he just could not stand the idea of having to celebrate New Year's Eve and watching the ball drop without his BFF, right? So as the night progresses and he takes more and more of his New Year's Eve happy juice, he decides, what, fuck that. Nobody's gonna tell me that I can't fucking chill with my boy on New Year's Eve. So he gets in his car, he drives over to the prison, and mind you, He didn't even try to be slick about it. Like, he didn't sit there and try to say, oh, maybe I could sneak in through here, maybe I could do this, or maybe I could do that. Or, nah, fuck all that. He went gung-ho, Rambo style. He just drove right through the front gate. Right through the front gate, crashed into the secondary gate, and he was caught when trying to climb the gate. He got caught on the barbed wire. When asked, Patrick said that he was attempting to break in the prison and not break his friend out. He simply just wanted to see him in order to celebrate New Year's together. Ain't that sweet? Here's to you, Patrick, because that's what I call loyalty. Shit, how many friends you know be willing to break into fucking jail and get arrested just so they can spend New Year's with you? Now that's love right there. That's blind, imbecile, powerful love. All right, man, it's getting close to that witching hour. I'm getting the black light. It's time for me to start turning it down. As always, treat people the way you want to be treated. Keep it safe, keep it love, keep it peace. I'm gonna check y'all next week.